Season 1 is finally here in Black Ops 6, and we got 5 amazing weapons that I want to talk about right now that are the most overpowered guns you definitely need to be using if you want the upper hand on the enemies. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, there's some pretty nice classes in this video right here. So we got stuff like the AS-VAL, we got stuff like, well, my favorite weapon, the KOMPACT 92. If you guys don't like it, try out the class, and you're going to see why it's my favorite class. It's disgustingly overpowered, especially in close range. And guys, I want to also say quickly before we jump into the video, if you didn't know this, you might not have seen this yet, but you could actually use your Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 XP tokens. If you have double XP tokens from those games, they brought it back to this game right here. So finally, no more slow leveling up, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be really fast now. It's going to be real quick, and yeah. So let's get into this video, guys. Like I said, man, these are the top 5 best guns. Drop a like. Let me know down in the comments below your favorite weapon in Season 1 so far. Like I said, mine's probably going to be the SOG, but let's get into it. So the first weapon I want to talk about is going to be the AS-VAL. The AS-VAL is a slept-on gun, all right? This one is just, it's overpowered, it's disgustingly good, and I always recommend using it because I used it as my unlock token when I prestiged, all right? My first ever one, this was it. This is what I unlocked. The first thing you're going to want to throw on is the Kepler Microflex sight. This is a good sight. It looks good. It's small. It does the great job. And then after that, we're going to go to the barrel, and luckily the AS-VAL comes suppressed, so we're going to go ahead and throw on the suppressed long barrel, which is going to give you guys no minimap ping while firing, and also extra damage range, which is really nice as well. After that, we're going to go to the stock, or the underbarrel, my bad, and that's called the lightweight foregrip. This one right here is just going to give you aiming idle sway. You can run whatever else you want on it. I just feel like this gun sways a little too much when aiming down sights and stuff, or you can run the vertical foregrip, which is a horizontal recoil control, but I already find this gun has such easy recoil control that I just don't want that sway when I'm aiming down sights. So personally, I'm running the lightweight foregrip, but you can run the vertical and it'll be really good for you guys as well. After that, we're going to go to the magazine, and you can run the flip mag, or you can run the extended mag, whichever one you guys want. The extended mag I don't really recommend because it lowers your sprint to fire and your ADS, so I'm not too crazy about that. The flip mag, your reload quickness is a little slower, but you get extra bullets. Only five in the mag, but it's kind of worth it in my opinion. I find the extended mag is good for 30, but at the same time, I don't know. That's up to you guys if you guys want to run that. And then the final attachment that I'm running on this one is going to be the quick draw grip for ADS. The sprint to fire is already fast. A lot of stuff is already fast on this thing. You could run, my cat just fell off a whole shelf. You could run the commando grip if you guys want for sprint to fire as well, but it lowers the ADS. I find the ADS is really nice with the quick draw. So as you guys can see on screen right here, this is the whole entire class for the AS-VAL. Use it, abuse it, do what you gotta do with it. Let's move on to the next weapon on this list. And the next one on this list is one that I like a lot, but it's not my favorite weapon in the entire game, and that's the JACKAL PDW. I do like it. It has good range for an SMG, but it's not my favorite SMG, and that's why I'm putting it at the number 4 spot on this list. All right, so this one right here, we're going to start it off with the Kepler Microflex. Again, this is just a really nice sight. I find it just, it upgrades a lot of the guns, and it has no cons to it, so definitely go ahead and throw that on. After that, we're going to go to the barrel, and this one is kind of important. I recommend the long barrel for this one. You're going to get damage range, and it's worth it, okay? On this gun, it's definitely worth it. The damage range, it's a nice buff to this weapon, so definitely go ahead and throw that on the long barrels. It's just gonna feel good. If you're not running it, you're gonna hit shot after shot after shot after shot. The enemy's gonna turn on you after you hit 4 shots and drop you in a second, so make sure you put on that long barrel. Going to the underbarrel, that is going to be the Ranger foregrip. This is going to give you horizontal recoil control and sprinting movement speed. So this is nice as well. It actually makes you really quick, but it also controls that recoil, which this gun has some recoil, so you definitely want to have that under control for sure. Then we're going to go over to the rear grip, and we're going to throw on the assault grip for sprint to fire speed, which is really nice. It's just, you're really quick with this gun. It's a fast reacting gun, and honestly, I was using this the other day by mistake. I picked the wrong class. It was this class, and I thought I was using an AR until I died and I respawned and I looked at the gun. I'm like, oh wait, yo, that's not an AR. That's the JACKAL. What is going on there? And then for the fire mods, it's weird, but I'm running the 9x18mm Makarov overpressured because it gives bullet velocity. Like I said, I'm using this gun at range as well, and bullet velocity is really important for that range, so I'm using it there. If you guys want the rapid fire, if you're using this more as a close range gun, go ahead and do it. Personally, I like the range, so the bullet velocity to me is something that I'm going to be running on this weapon for sure. Here is the whole entire class for the JACKAL PDW. I know you guys are going to like this one. This one's an actual good one. Now, if anybody unlocked the SOG yet, Let me know down in the comments, because I haven't unlocked it yet. I'm probably going to get the battle pass. I normally don't buy it, but I'm probably going to get it this time just because I want to try that SOG out as soon as possible. I am actually hyped. I haven't bought a battle pass in almost 2 years, but it is what it is. I'm probably going to do it this time. Moving on to another weapon on this list, we're going to go to the OG XM4. You guys already know what it is, man. The XM4, it's one of those guns where it's going to slap people, it's going to drop people, and it's really good. Now, the optic for the XM4, I recommend the Merlin Mini. Now, the reason I recommend this one over the Kepler Microflex is because this one right here, I just find it a lot cleaner, a lot nicer to use on this gun. It's a personal preference. If you guys want to run the Kepler Microflex, go ahead and do so. For the barrel, we're going to run the long barrel on this one. The long barrel is great because you're going to get damage range, which is awesome. And then that one right there is just, it's going to help you drop people at long ranges and all that kind of stuff for sure. Then we're going to go over to the underbarrel and use the Marksman foregrip for ADS. Or not ADS, ADSF, which is aim down sight focus. This is going to allow you guys to actually focus, which I'm using for long range. I find when people are head glitching in Windows, especially on Nuketown, this focus really comes in clutch. All right, so ADSF is really, really nice to use. I like it. It works, right? And then for the rear grip, we're going to run the Commando, and this one is for ADS and sprint to fire. I'm going to recommend it on an AR because these guns are a lot slower than normal weapons, so you're definitely going to want to go ahead and use that for sure. ADS and sprint to fire on an AR is going to feel really nice. And then finally, for the fire mod, I threw on rapid fire. Rapid fire is great because, well, yeah, it's a slower shooting gun. It's an AR. It's not going to shoot that fast, but you throw this on, the gun's going to shoot really quick. It's going to draw people really fast, and I like rapid fire, all right, man? I use it on a lot of my classes. It just works out so nice. It's such a good attachment, and if you're not using it, you're sleeping on it, man. You got to start using it. It's really, really good. Going on to the number 2 weapon on this list, and it's at number 2 not because I think it's number 2, but it's at number 2 because I forgot I was supposed to put this one at number 5, and I started off with the AS Val. The AS Val should have been at number 2, but it is what it is. This is the C9. Now, the C9, I don't have it leveled up all the way to where I should have it leveled up, right? I'm only level 14 on this gun, but it goes to show you that you don't need to be a high level to get a good class for this. Now, the next class after this one is the Compact, and that's my favorite SMG, but the C9, I'll throw it at number 2. It doesn't bother me that much. The first thing we're going to throw on is a suppressor because, yeah, you just don't want that minimap ping. I use this as a rushing gun, so I'm getting in the face of a lot of enemies. I don't want them to see my red dot on the map and stuff. That's why I'm running that right there. The long barrel is obviously the one we're going to use. I find like a lot of these classes use a lot of the same attachments, and it's because they all work, man. There's no cons to these things. They all work out so nicely. And this one right here, the long barrel, it's going to give you that damage range. It's not going to take away anything, which I think is good. We needed a COD like this, man. It's been a while since we had a COD where there was barely any cons to the attachments. It just feels nice, you know? The magazine is going to be the flip mag for reload quickness. You're only going to get 30 in the mag, but you're going to reload really quick with this as well. So I like that as well. It's nice. The rear grip is going to be the quick draw. I'm going to say it's nice. The ADS is good. It's really fast. You don't need it to be that fast. So once I unlock the Commando foregrip, I'm going to switch that out instead of the quick draw. So I would recommend throwing on the Commando foregrip on the C9. If you have it unlocked, go ahead and throw it on. And then finally for the fire mods, again, I'm running the 9x19mm Parabellum overpressured, and this is going to give you bullet velocity, which is nice. It's good. And on SMG like this, to have that bullet velocity, to have that long barrel with the long range, as you guys can see, this is the whole class right here. It just works out really, really nice. Now, my favorite weapon in the entire game right now, never thought I'd say this when I started using this gun as a base weapon, but it's so good, and it's going to utilize 7 attachments. I don't recommend lasers, all right? Lasers is something I'll never throw onto a gun. They're just not worth it. Your laser's visible. The enemies are going to see you. No matter what, it's a con, all right? Lasers are a con. And the pros do not outweigh the cons on lasers. But we're going to start off with the Kepler Microflex on this one. You don't really need to run it. I'm being honest with you guys. It has a nice iron sight, but I'm running it just because I have the perk that gives me more attachments, or the wild card, or whatever it is that gives me more attachments. That's why I'm running that right there. The muzzle is going to be the suppressor. Again, I have it just because I can. And this one right here, you're not going to be on the minimap, which is really good. Now, one of the main attachments that I do recommend is going to be the barrel, and again, that's going to be the long barrel for damage range. It's going to help you shoot people at long distances. It works out really nice. It does a great job. Go ahead and throw it on. Then the underbarrel, this one could be optional. I recommend it though, and that is the vertical foregrip for horizontal recoil control. Like I said, it could be optional if you want, but I recommend it. The magazine is going to be the extended mag, so you could get 40. And if you guys are running a class where you don't want to run 7 attachments on it, take off the magazine, take off the muzzle, and then keep all the other attachments that I'm about to mention. The rear grip is going to be the assault grip for sprint to fire speed, which is really nice. The Commando might come in clutch. It might come in clutch. but I personally prefer that sprint to fire to be as jacked up as it possibly can be, so that's really good as well. The stock is going to be the balanced stock, and this one's good because you get strafe movement speed, hip fire movement speed, aim, walking, movement speed, a lot of movement speed, so it just makes you really fast, and the faster you are, the harder of a target you are to hit. And then finally, rapid fire for the fire mod. Obviously, that's just gonna be really good. Here's the whole class right here. This is my favorite class right now in the game. Use it on small maps, don't really use it on the big maps or anything, but it is a solid class. This thing is strong as hell. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Let me know your favorite weapon in Season 1 down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Sub to the channel with those notifications turned on. I would truly appreciate that. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.